Good morning, children. I hope you remember the formulas of arithmetic mean, mode and median. Arithmetic mean by shortcut method x bar is equal to a plus sigma fu by sigma f into h, where h is the class interval, a is the assumed mean and u is xi minus a by h. Mode is calculated as L plus f1 minus f0 by 2f1 minus f0 minus f2 into h, and median is equal to L plus n by 2 minus cf by f into h. Now the second question in the exercise is based on finding the missing frequencies when the total frequency as well as the median is given to you. Whenever you consider median, you will take always the third column as the cumulative frequency. For arithmetic mean, the main third column is always the mid-x, which can be found out by lower limit plus upper limit by 2, and median cumulative frequency, that means the frequency up to that class. When you revise the formulas every day, it will stay and it will be easy for you to just study the lesson very easily. Now, the third column is always cumulative frequency. That means from beginning up to 10 there are 5. Up to 20 it is 5 plus x. The next cumulative is 20 plus 5 is 25 plus x. 25 plus 5, 15 is 40 plus x. 40 plus x plus y. 40 plus 5 is 45 plus x plus y. If you remember the explanation, I always used to tell you that the last frequency, the cumulative frequency, should match with the total frequency. So the first concept is the same. 45 plus x plus y is equal to 60, or x plus y is equal to 60 minus 45. X plus y is equal to 15. Highlight and put it as equation number 1. Now, the median value they said as 28.5. Again, 28.5 is in the class interval 20 to 30. Between 20 and 30. So, median class is equal to 20 to 30, because 28.5 lies between 20 and 30. Now you can select what all be the letters as L as 20, frequency as 20, this 5 plus x as the cumulative frequency, and the class size is 10. Substitute in the formula. Median is equal to L plus n by 2 minus cf by f into h. Median value is 28.5 is equal to, lower limit is 20 plus n by 2 is 60 by 2 minus, the frequency here is 5 plus x. A simple bracket is compulsory or the answer will change. Divided by the frequency is 20, class size is 10. Here this 20 and the 0 will get cancelled. First step, subtract 20 to the left side. 28.5 minus 20 is equal to 60 by 2 is 30 minus 5 minus x by 2. Now 28.5 minus 20 is 8.5 is equal to 30 minus 5 is 25 minus x by 2. By cross multiplication, 17 is equal to 25 minus x, therefore x is equal to 25 minus 17, which is equal to 8. Substituting in this first equation, 8 plus y is equal to 15, or y is equal to 15 minus 8, it is 7. So what are the missing frequencies are 8 and 7. There is one more worked out example in the textbook. You can practice that. This can be asked as a 4-mark question. Question number 3. A life insurance agent found the following data for distribution of ages of 100 policy holders. Calculate the median age if the policies are given only to persons having age 18 years and onwards but less than 60 years. The table is given in such a way: age in years. Below 20, 2 persons. Below 25, 6. Below 30, 24. Below 35, 45, and so on. When you look into this table is quite different from the table what you were doing till this time. You can see the frequency column 2, 6, 24, 45, 78, 89, 92, 98, 100. Is it reminding you something? Yes, this is a cumulative frequency. That means, what is the meaning of below 20? Below 25. What is the meaning of this table is, since 20, 25, 30, 35 is the age group, we can see that the size of the class is 5. So what is the meaning of below 20 is, you can assume that the class may be, they said it is 18 to 20. That means they will add only from 18. But between 15 and 20 there are 2 people. Now what is the meaning of below 25? It is from 15 to 25 there are 6 people. From below 30, from the beginning till that particular class, that means it represents a cumulative table. Or 15 to 35, 15 to 45, 15, 5 difference, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, then 15 to 50, 15 to 55, 15 to 60. That means this table what is given in the question is a cumulative frequency table. We have to convert it into a frequency distribution table with class intervals 5. That means the class will be 15 to 20, the frequency as normal. What will be the next class? It is 20 to 25 and it is not 6. It is 6 minus 2, 4, because the given table is a cumulative table. That can be understood very well if you see the frequency getting increased and reaching the last number 100, which gives the tally of the total frequency. Now next is 25 to 30 is 24 minus 6, 18. Next is 30 to 35 is 45 minus 24, 5 minus 4, 1, it is 21. 35 to 40 is 78 minus 45 is 3, 33. 78 minus 45. Then 40 to 45 is 89 minus 78 is 11, 89 minus 78. 45 to 50 is 92 minus 89 is 3. And 50 to 55 is 98 minus 92, which is equal to 6. And 55 to 60 is 100 minus 98, which is equal to 2. And this will give you 100. And now, for the median calculation, you can just copy the cumulative frequency from here, or the third column is cumulative frequency, which is already given here as 2, 6, 24, 45, 78, 89, 92, 98, 100. And now, how do you proceed with this? Capital N is equal to 100 or N by 2 is equal to 50. The cumulative close to more than or equal to 50 is in the class 78. That means the age group 35 to 40. So the median class is 35 to 40. What is L? L is equal to 35. What is frequency? Frequency is 33. What is cumulative frequency? 45. And what is the class size? H is 5. 15 to 20, 20 to 25, that means H is equal to 5. So what is the median? Median is equal to L plus N by 2 minus CF by F into H, which is equal to, lower limit is 35. 35 plus 100 by 2 is 50 minus 45 by frequency is 33 into 5. That is 35 plus 5 5s are 25 by 33. It will be only a decimal. So you can just find approximately how much is 25.0 by 33 is 0.33 into 7 3s are 21, 241, 0.7, 241, 90, 2. 3 is 99, 0.72. That means 35.72 years. That means it is the age group. That means the median of this policy, depending on that, based on the age group, that means the age is 35.72 years. And the next question is number 4, 5, 6, 7. 5, 6, 7 are direct. Number 4 is, it is an inclusive class interval. They have given you a hint. Make it as exclusive by subtracting 0.5 and adding 0.5 and find the median as the normal method. Now you have learned the formulas for finding arithmetic mean, median and mode when a class intervals are given to you. There is a relation between mean, median and mode as 3 median is equal to mode plus 2 mean. Since the values are approximate as well as they may be very close by values, once you find any two of them, you can find the third value by this formula. And then most of the times for the exam, they may ask you to find the mean, median and mode of a frequency distribution table. Let's just take one example and explain how to find the mean, median, mode, or in case needed, how do you find any one of these using the formula. It is an empirical formula because the values may be slightly different from the original calculation. It may come as a 1 mark question in the exam paper too. If you are given a class and a frequency like this, calculate the mean, median and mode. Let's see whether we can find out and check whether the formula will be correct or not. For arithmetic mean, we will have to find out mid-x. Between 0 and 10, it is 5, 15, 25, 35, 45, 55. And then for arithmetic mean, the next column is UI. Approximately the center value we can assume as the assumed mean. 0, minus 1, minus 2, 1, 2, 3. FU value is minus 6, minus 2, 0, 7, 16 and 12. Adding the positive quantities, 23, 25 plus 10, 35 and minus 8, it is positive 27. Total frequency is 25. So arithmetic mean x bar is equal to A plus sigma FU by sigma F into H, which is the same as 25 plus sigma FU is 27 by sigma F is 25 into the class interval is 10, which is the same as 25 plus 25, 10, 5 to 54 by 5, that is 25 plus 10.8, or it is 35.8. The next measure of central tendency is mode. Mode is select the class with the maximum frequency. The maximum frequency is 8, 0, 1, 2. For mode, L is equal to 40, F0 is equal to 7, F1 is equal to 8, F2 is equal to 4 and class size H is equal to 10. The formula is mode is equal to L plus F1 minus F0 by 2F1 minus F0 minus F2 into H, which is equal to 40 plus F1 minus F0, that is 8 minus 7 by 2F1 16 minus F0 minus F2, 7 minus 4 into H value is 10. 40 plus 10 by 16 minus 11 is 5. 16 minus 11 is 5. 10 by 5 is 2. So the median is approximately 42. So by empirical formula we can calculate median as 3 median is equal to mode is 42 plus 2 times mean 35.8. That is 3 median is equal to 42 plus 8 2s are 16, 71.6. Median is equal to 2 plus 1 3, 113.6 by 3, which is equal to 3 3s are 9, 23, 3 7s are 21. 5 3s are 50 approximately. That means it is approximately 37.53. Let's see by the original calculation the median value. For median we have to calculate the cumulative frequency. The cumulative frequency as 3, 3 plus 2 5, 5 plus 1 6, 6 plus 7 13, 13 plus 8 21 plus 4 25. How do you select the median class? N is equal to 25, N by 2 is equal to 12.5 is approximately 13. That means the median class is 30 to 40. Median class is 30 to 40. So what is the lower limit? Lower limit is 30. Then for median, what is the frequency? The frequency is 7. Then what is the cumulative frequency? It is 6 and the class size is 10. Let's see by the formula. Median is equal to L plus N by 2 minus CF by F into H, which is equal to the lower limit is 30 plus N by 2 is 12.5 minus the cumulative frequency is 6 by frequency is 7 into 10, or 30 plus 12 minus 0.5 minus 6 is 6.5. That means 65 by 7. 7 9s are 63. 30 plus 7 9s are 63. 20. So 7 2s are 14. Again 60. 7 8s are. That is 39.28. So you can see there are differences between the values, but still it is an empirical formula. That means it's an approximate value. Altogether the arithmetic mean, median and mode will be either same or they will be slightly different. There is no problem. The pictorial representation in statistics is very interesting as well as very easy to understand. That is why you have been introduced with certain pictures from smaller class onwards. If you remember pictograph, then you were introduced with pie chart, then bar graph, and when you reached 8th standard you were introduced with histogram, then polygon and histogram together, or frequency polygon alone. In class 9 you were doing histogram with frequency polygon and frequency polygon alone. You were representing in a graph paper. Now this year you will be learning to represent a cumulative frequency distribution in graph paper. That means a cumulative distribution table into a graph paper. Now when a normal data or a normal frequency distribution table is given, you will convert that into a greater than cumulative table and a smaller than cumulative table. And the graph is specially named as, the spelling is Ojive. Either it can be pronounced as ogive or ogive. Instead of saying like you are calling bar graph, histogram, polygon, the frequency distribution, the cumulative frequency distribution table, if you represent in a graph paper, it is called as an ogive or an ogive. Since there are two types of tables you can form as less than cumulative table and greater than cumulative table, you will get less than ogive as well as greater than ogive. Let's see how a table is converted into both this cumulative frequency tables. Suppose the table class is given as 0 to 10, 20 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40 and 40 to 50. Frequencies in random 3, 8, 5, 13 plus 3, 16, plus 4, 20 and 2, 22. Let it be. Now, this table gives you class and frequency. We have to form two types of tables, that is a less than cumulative table and a more than cumulative table. To form this table, just keep this easy trick in your mind. Take the first class 0 to 10. If you see a less than, if you want to make a less than cumulative table, think in your mind less than 0 or less than 10. Less than 0 or less than 10. Which is most sensible? The most sensible is less than 10, because less than 0 there is no frequency at all. That means less than 10. How many are there? There are 3. Whatever be the content there, the frequency is 3. Similarly, for the next class, ask less than 10 or less than 20. 10 is already taken. Is it less than 10 or less than 20? It is less than 20. How many are there? From less than 20. That means from the beginning less than 20. How many are there? The question is only how many below 20. Below 20 it is 3 plus 8. Less than 20, 3 plus 8, 11. 3 plus 8. And similarly, each class, if you understand this, less than 10, less than 20, less than 30, there are 3 plus 8, 11, 11 plus 5, 16. Again, less than 40, 16 plus 4, 20. And less than 50, then 20 plus 2, 22. You can see here 40 to 50 is 2 and the total is 22, means from the beginning up to 50 there are 22. The frequency is 22 in number. So when you want to form a table less than cumulative table, take the particular class and think in your mind less than 0, less than 10, which is more sensible. From there you will understand that you are forming a frequency distribution table. Similarly, for forming the more than cumulative table, same class you take and ask yourself, more than 0 or more than 10, which is most sensible? More than 10 is sensible, but which is most sensible? More than 0. That means from 0 to 50 there are numbers. More than 0. How many are there? A total of 22. Just the question is how many more than 0. There is no stopping point which shows that more than 0 means there are altogether 22 in number. Now, so the first concept is more than 0. Here, since this is a continuous class interval, 0 is included or lower limit is included in an exclusive class interval. So you have to be more specific by writing as more than or equal to 0. That means 0 is included. Whereas here, why didn't we write less than or equal to? Because we know that the upper limits are excluded. So, more than or equal to 0, how many are there? 22. The total frequency. Next one. More than or equal to 10. That means 22 minus 3. 19. 22 minus 3. Next. More than or equal to 20. It is 19 minus 8. The next number 11. More than or equal to 30, which is equal to 11 minus 5, 6. 11 minus 5. More than or equal to 40, which is equal to 6 minus 4, 2. And more than or equal to 50. You can see here, more than or equal to 50 means it is 2 minus 2, 0. We don't have to write because 40 to 50 there are only 2. More than or equal to 50, it's understood that here. So, more than or equal to 40, it is 2, or 2 minus 2, it is matching. Thus, this is how you will form a class interval 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See here, more than or equal to 50, you will understand that you are right when you hear that 2 minus 2 is 0. It will match with the last number. And here, it will match with the last number. Here also, the frequency will match with the last frequency. This is how you form the table. Using the table, you will draw graph and that will represent the ogive. Exercise 14.4, question number 1. The following distribution gives the daily income of 50 workers of a factory. Convert the distribution above to a less than cumulative frequency distribution and draw its ogive. They asked you only to form one curve, that is the less than ogive, by forming the less than cumulative distribution table. Normally we can form both and both the graphs will be drawn in the same graph paper. And from the ogive, the only measure of central tendency we can find is the median. The median is the only measure of central tendency we will find out by using the cumulative frequency graph. Convert into less than table, they said. The number of workers are 12, 100 to 120, 120 to 40, 12, 14, 8, 6, 10, the total of 50 workers. And now the table you are forming as less than cumulative table. As I told you, highlight the first class. Ask yourself less than 100, less than 120, which is more sensible. Less than 100 or less than 120. It is less than 120. Less than 120, there are 12 people. Then less than 140. From the beginning, there are 12 plus 14 is 26. Then less than 160. 26 plus 8, 34. Less than 180, 34 plus 26 plus 8, then 34 plus 6, 40. And less than 240 plus 10, 50, and it is matching. And now how to draw, so this is the cumulative frequency. How to represent it in a graph paper. In the graph paper, you will just draw the corner of the page, the axis as here, the origin you can take it as, here it is 100 to 120. So on the x-axis, you will be plotting the class, and the y-axis, you will be plotting the frequency with a particular scale. Now, it starts from 100 to 120. It is 100, 120, 140, 160, 180, 200. And always the origin is 0. Here the gap is 0 to 100. Then it is 20 units. You can just provide a kink. Next is, the frequencies are 12, 26, 34, 40, 50. You can take 2 centimeter as 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50. So the scale will be x-axis 1 centimeter is equal to 20 units and y-axis 1 centimeter is equal to, 2 centimeter is equal to 10 units. Just to make the graph little bigger in size, because there is a rule that the graph should be approximately in standard size with the paper. It should not be very small or it should not be very big. So now how to plot is the upper limits 120 and 12, that is the first point. The 120 with approximately 12, 120, 12. My graph will be approximate because it's a freehand drawing. Then 140 and 26, upper limit 140 and approximately 26. It will be a rising curve, 160, 34, 160, 34. Then 180, 40, 180, 40. And 250. 200 will go with 50. 250. And a free hand curve, a smooth freehand curve. You will not use the scale. It will be a freehand curve. The points are plotted here. This is a, from the less than cumulative table, you will form a less than or jibe. It is a less than a jibe. And now, how to find the median from this graph is, the total frequency is 50. Total frequency is 50. You just calculate what is n by 2, 50 by 2 as 25. From the y-axis against 25, you can just draw the perpendicular, and the perpendicular down, exactly down where it is, approximately in my figure it is 140, that is the median is 140. With the single graph, median may be slightly different, but once you draw both the graph, the meeting point, if you draw the perpendicular, that whatever be the value in the x-axis will give you the median, and it will be more reliable than a single graph. 14.4, question number 3. The following table gives production yield per hectare of wheat of 100 farms of a village. Change into a more than type and draw its algebra. I change the question as draw both the graph, and from the graph find the median. The second question is, they have given you a less than cumulative table and they are asking you to find the median. Normally the question will be to draw both the graph and find the median. So we will do that from this particular question. That means from the given table you have to make it into both the tables. That means less than cumulative table and more than cumulative table. less than 50 or less than 55 is less than 55. Less than 55, the frequency is 2. Less than 60, it is 2 plus 8, 10. Less than 65, 10 plus 12, 22. And less than 70, 22 plus 24 is 46. Less than 75, 46 plus 38, 8 plus 6, 14, 84. Less than 80, 84 plus 16 is 100. That means your totaling is correct. After this, let's form the greater than cumulative table. For the greater than cumulative table, greater than or equal to 50, greater than or equal to 55. The most sensible is greater than or equal to 50 is the total 100, whatever be the total value. Next is greater than or equal to 55 is 100 minus 2 is 98. Next value greater than or equal to 60 is 98 minus 8 is 90. 100 minus 2, 98 minus 8. Greater than or equal to 65 is 90 minus 12, which is equal to 10 minus 2 is 8. 8 minus 1 is 7. 78. Then greater than or equal to 70 is 78 minus 24. 8 minus 4 is 4. 7 minus 2 is 5. Next is greater than or equal to 75 is, the answer should match with 16. That means 54 minus 38, 8, 16. It is matching with 16. That means this value and this value will correspond. Now to draw the graph, on the x-axis the values of 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, and on the y-axis between 2 and 100. That means it should be from 10. You can take it as the gap unit. 1 unit is equal to 10 units. So let's plot it here. We take it as 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. On the y-axis, that is number of forms. Frequency, normally the frequency on the y-axis, and the class, that is, it is the production of wheat. It's a production of wheat in kilogram per hectares. That means you can take it as, you can put a king because the gap is 55. It's 50 to 55. 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80. And now the graph paper you may get very easily. The next first plotting is for the less than cumulative table, 55, 2. 55 with 2. Mine will be little small. 60, 10, but you will get an idea. 55 with 2. 60 with 10. 60 with 10. Next is 65, 22. 65 with 22. Next is 70, 46. 70 with 46. Approximately. 70, 46. Then 75, 84. 65. 65, 22. Less than 55, 2. 60, 10, 65, 22, 65 is 22, 22, 65, 22, 70, 46, 70, 70 is 46 approximately. Then 75, 84, 75 to 84 approximately. 75, 84, 80 to 100, 80 with 100. $55, 2, 10. So it's a rising curve. The points should be plotted here. The next is for greater than cumulative table is greater than 50, it is 100. Greater than 50, it is 100. Greater than 50, it is 100. You can see that is a falling graph. This will be a rising curve. This will be a falling curve. That is 100, 50, 100, 50, 100. The next is 55, 98. 55 with 98 close by 55, 98. 60, 90. 60, 90. 60, 90. The next one will be 65, 78. 65 with 78. Approximately. 70, 54. 70 with 54. 54 is approximately here. Then 75 with 16. 75 with 16. 75 with approximately 10 plus 5. 16 will be approximately here. 75, 16. You can see it will be a falling graph. Let me draw. It will be a falling graph. You will not connect the graph to any vertices. You will just leave it like that. This is a less than ogive. Less than ogive will be a rising graph, and this is a more than ogive. More than ogive will be a falling graph. The meeting point, if you see, if you just draw the perpendicular from that meeting point, whatever be the value in this, I can see that approximately it may be 72.5. The median is 72.5, where the meeting point, the x-axis, that value will give you the median. I can see it as 72.5. So this will be the way you will draw the graph. When you use the graph paper, it will come perfectly. When you take the scale, and the scale has to be written very clearly as on x-axis 1 centimeter is equal to 5 units, and on y-axis 1 centimeter is equal to 10 units. So this is how the graph is drawn, and this is the end of the lesson, statistics. If any genuine queries or doubts, you can email me to this address. This is V. Only genuine queries or the students from 10th standard, you can send an email to me. I will reply as and when time permits. Thank you.